Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are back in the Exiled Lands building a Waterfall House. All of the mods used are in the pinned comment below, so without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, I started off with, of course, the baseplate. I chose to use the Pier Shack material set from the Dude's Delightful Decorations mod for this build, for a fairly rough ramshackle look. Pier Shack includes framework style foundations that are used to allow the waterfall to run underneath the floor of the house, which works really nicely. Blocking off the waterfall would have been an awful choice stylistically, so this set works nicely. Next for the walls. Sticking with Pier Shack, I built the ground floor walls 2 tiles high, segmenting off the raised 2x2 to cover the rocks underneath the platform. I used windows fairly liberally throughout the build, as this house is in quite a nice location and I think it's a shame to not make the most of those views. Pier Shack is quite rough and rustic, which is perfect for the style I'm aiming for here, but these pieces also have quite a bit of flair and personality that I think works really nicely. I segmented off a balcony on the waterfall side and placed the entrance to the house on the right side of the build. I built the walls on the 2x2, 2 tiles high also. Once I'd completed the ground floor walls, I then moved on to the first floor. I added an extra tile to the raised platform for the stairs, and I then placed a 2x3 platform to mark out the bedroom area. I also used ceilings to place another 2x2 atop the platform walls, and then I also built the walls of this tower 2 tiles high again on the second floor, making this the tallest accessible part of the build. Next, I placed a small 1-tile balcony onto the tower and then built up the walls of the first floor. I built the walls 2 tiles high and then took a moment to consider how I wanted to format the roof later on. I eventually chose to drop the height down to 1 tile high for the walls over the 2x3 bedroom platform, and I added some ceilings onto the 2 tile high walls underneath the tower to mount the roof onto. I then moved on to building up the roof gables, which was quite simple. These roofs are all fairly straightforward designs. I chose to use Pier Shack roofing, a very rough wooden plank design that fits the build well, though, in retrospect, something a little darker might have helped to make the build pop a bit more. I also chose to use a roof mast piece on the roof over the bedroom to add a little bit of extra flair to the design, something which I think works fairly nicely. Building the roofs was nice and simple, and I included some roof windows to again add a bit more shape to the design. Next, some detailing. I added awnings to the waterfall balcony, added stairs and fences inside the build, and used inverted sloping pieces to close the roof gaps and add some basic arches to the kitchen and the overhang of the second floor. Finally, a bit of a spur of the moment decision, I chose to add a bridge outside the build. Originally I was going to have a back door to the house through the back of the tower on the ground floor, however I instead opted to have a bridge mounted to the side of the house, as I feel it works much better. I used wooden bridge pieces, which I believe are from the Immersed RP mod, to create a nice simple bridge, added support beams underneath and over the bridge, and I then added rooftop pieces to the bridge. This created a nice covered look that, though it is quite restrictive, if your character is too tall you probably won't be able to walk on the bridge, but I think it's quite a nice style that works well for this build, and aesthetically, of course, it serves to protect the rough wood of the bridge. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to, of course, furnish. Approaching the build, I've added a small well outside alongside a brazier near the door, and the bridge serves very nicely to allow an easy transition from one side of the waterfall to the other. Entering the home, the ground floor contains an open-plan lounge and kitchen area alongside access to the waterfall balcony. I've gone for a very pirate-inspired theme here, focusing on quite rustic decorations, using a lot of wood and rope. The kitchen is quite tight with a fish trophy taking pride of place, and the rough chandelier in the lounge is very much the anchor of the room. I've lit this build using candle poles, lanterns and pier shack chandeliers, which serve the rustic atmosphere and helps to establish a very gentle lighting throughout the build. Heading upstairs, the bedroom is fairly small, though I've managed to pack in a bed, bookcases, a writing area and some storage. Heading up again, the tower contains a small storage and alchemy area, where the valuables of the home can be stored and small potions and tinctures can be brewed. This tower has access to a very small balcony that looks over the lower river. And there we have it, a waterfall house in the Exiled Lands. Thanks for watching. I felt like building something nice and simple today. I'm working on a few bigger things at the moment, so it was nice to just build something quite easy and quaint, and I'm pretty happy with how it came out. If you enjoy my content, all the links to my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Patreon, Host Havoc affiliate page, NordVPN discount and NordPass discount are available in the description below. However, of course, you can simply just leave a like, a comment or subscribe. Any of those are very greatly appreciated. Patrons get a bunch of nice benefits, including sneak peeks of videos, your name in every video, custom made wallpapers in 1080p and 4K resolutions, full-size build blueprints, Discord roles and more. On that note, a massive thanks to our patrons Sadialot, Randar, Connor, Ivy, Torn, Coffeeman04 and Eagle Rose. As always, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.